Hey everybody, Enigma here coming at you with a video today. Hope you're having a great weekend. I know it's a little late on Sunday, but I've had some stuff going on and I really wanted to get a video out. There's a couple of things that have been taking place in gaming over the last week, and I want to talk about both of them, but one of them's a real hot button issue, and the more I started making videos and talking about it, the more I started to ramble, and it's you believe me, I need to sit down and come up with a way to talk about that. So we're going to talk about Microsoft right now. Um, Microsoft announced that they are increasing the cost of their Game Pass, the Netflix deal that they're trying to uh, force upon everybody. Quite honestly, is what they're trying to force it. And what the overall ramifications are going on with this. Now, first of all, they've had two price increases on their hardware, which I've covered at nauseum before on my channel when I stream it. Technology does not go up in price; it goes down. So if you have a console that's been out for almost 5 years, which it's this next month will be 5 years for the Xbox Series S and X, and you've raised the cost on it twice to where it's damn near unaffordable. I don't see your where you, I don't see your business model. I just don't. With technology, it makes no sense. Okay, that you go right now and you buy a brand new phone from T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, whoever. You get a brand new phone. The second you open that, well, actually, the second it came out, it was outdated. It's That's how technology works. Okay, guys, technology does not age particularly well because there's always something better coming out. So for Microsoft to be boosting the prices of their hardware makes no sense to me whatsoever. I remember when I worked in gaming, we waited for prices to go down. It's the way it should have worked. It's how, when a console's been out for a while, the price goes down, so more people will buy it, and people are waiting for uh, sales and things of that nature because we want to get the most bang for our buck. That's how we all are with everything. You go to the grocery store right now and you see that they've got your favorite cereal on sale. You might buy 2 boxes of it because you really want to eat your favorite cereal, as opposed to when it's regular price, you might not do it. Right? You might well, it's a little expensive, or I'm just gonna get 1 box for now, or so. You know what I mean? It's That's how we are as consumers go. And I know that there's a glare right now on my face. I can see it plain as day. It is a glare because there's a window right there. I kind of look like Ziggy Stardust right now, but that's right, David Bowie. That's right. On top of all that, then they're going back and they're claiming they're adding things to their Game Pass. In reality, they are, but they're also charging you for stuff that you don't necessarily need or want, or probably would want. And we need to talk about Game Pass overall, okay, and why it's a bad idea. And Sony's got it too. They've got their PlayStation Plus Premium, and I was with that for a year because when it first came out, they gave me a year of it for free, and or with my PlayStation Plus, and I went through all the stuff and went, everything on here that I would play, I own. So why would I pay extra for this? And the answer is I wouldn't. Um, the problem with something like Game Pass is that we all have our preferences, things that we like as gamers. We're no different than Gaming is no different than movies or entertainment or even food. Okay, we all like our stuff. We like what we like, and we're looking for a way to get more of the stuff that we like. If you like hamburgers, you find a place that serves really good hamburgers, and that's where you want to get some hamburgers. Gaming is very much the same way. If you are a fan of the shoot 'em ups, FPS games, you got your Halos, your CODs, your Battlefields. You've got all these things you can choose. Borderlands 4, I've been playing. You have your choice of all these different ones, and you pick out the ones that you want to play and you play them. What we don't do a lot of is running through an entire list of 400 frickin' games and go, you know what? I usually play Halo, but what's this game over here? What's this Forza thing? Am I going to play racing? Yeah, there are some of us who do that, but for the most part, we all want to stick in our lane and play what we want to play. Time is the most valuable and most finite resource we have on this planet because none of us are getting out of here alive, and none of us are going to be here for very long, especially with the way things are going right now. But overall, if you're looking at having this service, this Netflix style service, okay, and you're thinking as a developer that this is going to open up more people to experiencing your product because you're going to get visibility that they wouldn't otherwise get because it wouldn't if it wasn't on Xbox Game Pass. I'm here to tell you that that's just completely stupid. Okay, will you get some? Maybe, but the dude bros that are there to play Call of Duty are going to play Call of Duty. They're not going to go through the list of all the indie games that they have on there and go, "Ooh, I'm going to try this." No, that's just not how it works. And how many times have you gone through Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hulu or any of these overpriced streaming services where you spend more time looking for something to watch than you actually watch it? That happens a lot for a lot of people, and Game Pass is the exact same way. You're going to spend hours looking for something, and then you realize you've wasted all your time looking, and you don't have any time to play. Uh, Furthermore, we need to look at the cost of this whole thing, right? Microsoft spent about $100 billion with a B, procuring a lot of these gaming studios so they could beef up their catalog for Game Pass. Okay, so your ZeniMax, your Activisions, companies like that, they've made significant purchases of significant companies with significant intellectual properties in order to beef up their Game Pass thing, right? The problem is that you're shifting your business model. Okay, gaming has been for the longest time the business model hasn't changed that much as far as now the methods have because there's physical and then there's digital, but it's all that based off of unit sales. That's how a lot of these companies, all these companies make their money is by sales of units. So it's when you see that your favorite game sold 4 million copies over the first 48 hours that it was available. Okay, that's good, right? That's 400 for 4 million copies is good. But if you're spending $200 million to develop said game, okay, which is what a lot of these third parties or these developers are doing, is that they're making things much more expensive to make. So, like Call of Duty, I would be shocked if the development cost alone wasn't $200 million. That's not counting the marketing and visibility on that and things of that nature. Now, there's other things on the underlying side where, like Mountain Dew will pay Activision / Microsoft in order to put Call of Duty codes on the caps of Mountain Dew or something like that. They've done that in the past. There are spiffs on the other side of it, and believe me, there's a lot of, as a business major, there's a lot of stuff that you just don't hear about, especially in entertainment, where money is made, where when you see this movie lost $200 million, and you go, yeah, did it really though? Because there's all these commercial tie-ins and all that. When you turn on and you see Flo from Progressive standing outside of a Ghostbusters car, Progressive paid for that. That wasn't any. Sony didn't go in and say, "Hey, Progressive, do this." That there's a lot of different moving parts here. Is what I'm trying to say. But for the most part, a majority of our sales, or majority of the revenue for gaming comes from units being sold. Well, if you're going to change the business model where it's no longer about units sold, it's going to be about subscriptions to your platform, you've completely turned everything on its head. Okay? Now, I was talking with my girlfriend earlier today about it, and I just said, I was talking about $200 million to develop the new Call of Duty, and I kind of did the math. At $70 a game, it's somewhere like 2.9 million copies have to be sold. Okay? Which is not impossible. That's just a break even, by the way. It's not impossible. But if you remove sales from Xbox, which is one of the big three, and I know there's a lot of PC players out there too. You, that's just one game, right? $200 million there. There's $200 million behind this game and that game and this game. You're investing billions, but you're not making any of that money back on your service because you're taking this business model that you're inventing and turning it on its ear. And it 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 just doesn't make any sense to me. And streaming services. I'm just going to take Netflix here. Uh, you have Netflix, and companies make more money off of people streaming MASH on Netflix. I don't think it's on Netflix, but if it is, it's there. Whatever. Because MASH is a beloved TV show. It's one of my dad's favorites. A lot of people love that show. A lot of so the thing is, the thing was made back in the 1970s. It's made all of its money back. So putting it on a streaming platform is just going to be nothing but pure, profit and revenue. They're not spending $200 million to put MASH on Netflix. But Microsoft is doing that for Call of Duty and Forza and Gears of War and Battlefield. Not Battlefield. What's the other one? Starfield. All these games that these companies that they bought had these huge budgets for these games, and they're not making back any of that money. So, they have to have access to some data that I don't have to. I don't have, obviously, but I just don't. I didn't see it was sustainable before, and I don't see how it's sustainable now. And they've gone back and they've doubled the price. So the folks that were getting Xbox Game Pass for $15, it's now going to be $30 to get Xbox Live Game Pass. So the dude bros that are out there, and let's just use our thinking caps here, right? If you were paying $15 and you're going to charge $70 for the game, that means you're looking at 4 or 5 months subscription service to the Game Pass. Yeah, I could see that working for a dude bro who just wants to play COD. $30, almost half of what you're gonna charge for the retail for the game. That's not gonna work. You're not gonna. People go buy the game. And plus, gamers are vindictive. They're not going to they'll probably buy it on on the PlayStation, so they don't want to give you any sales outside of what you're going to make from development. But anyway, I don't see the business model. I don't see how it works. I don't see how you can spend $1 billion on 5 games and give them away for even $30 a month. And I don't see why someone would go, look, I'm just here to play Call of Duty. Why would I pay $30 a month to do that when I can go buy it for 70 and I don't have to, because I'm not going to play Forza or Starfield or any of these other. I'm here for the COD, man. I don't think they've really recognized that. Now, there's rumors out there that Microsoft is trying to get out of the hardware business and they're acting like it, so it's entirely possible. They've been really cozying up with Sony. The Xbox Ally that comes out next month, as I'm recording this in October, it comes out in November. Apparently, that's not Microsoft's deal. That's Asus. That's Asus's deal. Now the rumor is that there's not going to be another Xbox. Wouldn't surprise me. They're not acting like a company that wants to have another piece of hardware, and I feel bad because there was a lot of corporate speak in the announcement, guys, and I have to tell you, just like I said, business major, worked in corporations, worked for GameStop for 10 years. You guys know that. Corporate speak is everywhere, okay, and what I mean is that it's the kind of thing where something negative is going to take place, but they're told to sell it as a positive thing. I had that happen when I worked at GameStop. I know we're not doing any horror stories at GameStop this week, but I was told when they were lowering the employee discount from 15% to 10%, that I needed to sell it as a positive thing to my staff. I fully remember my boss saying, "Don't look at this as a negative. Sell it to your people as a positive thing. And I was like, how do you do that? The young lady who announced this price increase, did what she could to make it sound like it was a good thing, but it's not a good thing. It's not. Once again, we are in a area where we have very little growth of wages right now. Wages have been very stagnant for the last several years. I know we're not going to talk about the guy who talks about it like that, but uh, he's right when it comes to wages being stagnant for most Americans. Okay, he's correct about that. You're not seeing a huge uh, jump up in wages, but you're seeing a big jump up in everything else. Now, if you want to blame inflation and tariffs or whatever, there's a lot of reasons out there that things have been going up in price. But the point of the fact is that if wages are stagnant and everything else is going way up in price, the Xbox Series X was $500 when I bought mine on launch day back in 2020. It's now 25% more. Costs 25% more. That's a huge $250. That's a huge raise in price. How are people supposed to afford that when wages aren't going up? Why do you look at raising prices? And again, you can blame whatever you want to on it. It's so and most of it's bullshit, but it also is corporate speak where they'll tell you, oh, it's because of market conditions. You can always tell corporate speak from plainly spoken stuff because no one. The thing is, these executives know, in layman's terms, in plain English, what the problem is, right? If a dog, if Whiskey, my dog, walks in here right now and takes a great big shit on the floor, I know my dog just took a shit on the floor. But the corporate speak might be something like, well, at least we have to take the dog out now, or so. There's always this bubble around when corporations say things that you can tell that they're hiding something. And in the case with Microsoft, they're just trying to make sure that everyone doesn't look at the price increase as a negative thing, even though we all look at it as a negative thing, right? I mean, we're giving you access to EA and Ubisoft. So, was that something that people really wanted? Or would they rather just pay $15 instead of $30, right? I think, but I think that what's Microsoft is really trying to do, and it's probably going to happen at some point, they're going to try this, is they're going to do a big release of a game and release it only on Game Pass. I think I don't think it's going to happen. Like, I don't think it would ever be COD, but they might try it with like, if they do another Halo game, that's a possibility, just to see if it'll work. Another Gears of War, possibly. Just stick it on Game Pass and see how it does. Wouldn't surprise me, but that's an expensive ass experiment to go through. So, I will stand by what I've said for the last several years, which is Microsoft is looking to leverage the Xbox brand as a high-end gaming PC as opposed to being in the console race. I think Microsoft is moving out of the console race, and I do believe that they are. It wouldn't surprise me if by 2030 we didn't see you walk into Best Buy, you walk on you look at Amazon or whatever, and you see the Xbox line of gaming PCs and laptops. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see that. I've been saying it for years, and every step that they take, they move more towards it. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This week is going to be normal for my stream: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 9 a.m. to noon, and then 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. We started Ghost of Yotai on Friday. I want to continue that. Might sprinkle in some Borderlands 4 here and there because I am enjoying farming there as well. Please follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, and subscribe on YouTube. It would be great. Smash the like button, comment, let people know that I'm here. More people come to my stuff, and I can maybe get a little monetized, and God, it'd be great, wouldn't it? That'd be great. So you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you this week. Thank you so much for being here. Take care.